about 10 books a month at this point, y'all, and I'm not reading Moby Dick, okay? I'm reading lesbian romantic smut. And no Goodreads review is too low for me. I will read a 1-star rated review like that. Immediate buy, immediate read. And because of that, I have read some really horrifying books. I've read some really bad books. I'm talking books with maybe up to 200 typos. But I've also read some hidden gems. Some books that people rated so low, or maybe the cover made me think this is gonna be a nightmare, and it wasn't. And I wanted to share some of those books with you today. These were not necessarily rated low, but these are 3 books that by the cover, I thought it was gonna be a little cheesy, and it was a real win for me, okay? We're gonna start out with Shifting Gears. I love that the title reflects that one of the characters is a mechanic. And furthermore, I love that one of the characters is a mechanic. I've weirdly found that when I'm reading a book, if the main character is either a mechanic, an architect, or a cowgirl, it tends to be one of my favorites. She kind of comes into town as a business mogul. She's gonna take over the town, and this small town architect with massive triceps changes her mind. The Ride of Her Life. This, I feel like, is a pretty well-known book in the lesbian book community. And can I be honest, Jennifer Dugan, who I've read all of your books at this point, you're one of my favorites, I bought this as a joke. I have to be honest, Jennifer. I bought this as a joke. I thought it was so funny. The Ride of Her Life is so funny. I don't know. I thought it was so funny. It very quickly became not funny at all. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. It very quickly became very serious for me. This was one of my favorite books of all time. I mean, it's a as old as time. She works on the farm. She's a party planner, a city girl, and her aunt dies and gives her the farm, even though it clearly should have gone to this person. This was 5 stars to me. The only reason I might have docked points is because the main character's name was Shani, and for some reason I didn't like that. Sweet Home Alabarden Park. This was one of my favorite reads of the year, and I loved it because I love when an author just forgets what reality even is. What would this happen in real life? Who cares? Because it's a book and we don't actually need to know what's going to happen in real life because we're supposed to be having fun. It's fun. It's okay that it makes no sense that this American woman would suddenly be the Duchess of an estate in England. We don't need to talk about the details of that. It's just fun. Also, mother, muff your ears. These sex scenes in this are incredible. Because I read so many books of this genre, I have read, thousands of sex scenes. And honestly, I've read thousands of the same sex scene over and over and over again because most of them are not that different. This book, you guys, this has what I'm looking for. These are my 3 books. Once again, no, not that the covers are bad. The covers are incredible. When I release my book one day, they're going to have a cover very similar to these because I think they're so fun. But I just expected them to be cheesy. And then, when the tears were streaming down my face, there's nothing cheesy about it. Buckle up for my top 6 lesbian romantasy book recommendations. We're starting off with Cryer's War. I loved this book. I dock points because the character's name is Cryer. Fantasy authors. We can just name a character Diane. Diane's War. Okay. That does not roll off the tongue in the same way I thought it would. A Dark and Drowning Tide. Oh, if I could read this for the first time again, I would. They describe the main character as a folklorist with a quick temper and an even quicker wit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I wasn't married and I saw this as a bio on Hinge, it would work for me. Unworthy. I started this series like 2 weeks ago and I've already finished all 3 books because I'm obsessed with it. And you know why? Because falling in love with your captor is hot. I'm sorry, it is. Long story short, this is about a fearless warrior turned simp. Sign me up. The Priory of an Orange Tree. It's an absolute masterclass in world building. I adored it. I gave it 5 stars. It simply is too long. This looks like the lesbian Yellow Pages. What is happening? If you cut out every male character, it could have been 300 pages shorter. But it's so good. A Game of Hearts and Heist. Look, I don't believe in prison, but someone needs to lock Ruby Row up because she's out of control. Do not make the same mistake I did and read this in the middle seat of an airplane. Unless you are interested in being added to some sort of list. This is not a public read. This is about an assassin and a poisoner who are sworn enemies. And you might be asking, Kendall, why don't they just kill each other? Because they cannot stop boning. It's the perfect book. Feybound, come on, it's so good. This is actually the second one. This is Cursebound, and the reason I don't have the first one is because I've lent it out to all of my friends who I'm forcing to read it because it's so good. I still have to call out the names in this book. The main character's name is Yiren. Very similar, and if you think that's bad, just wait until you hear her sister's name, which is Lettle, which my dyslexia caused me to read as Kettle for the first 25% of the book. But it's so good. 5 out of 5 stars. Well, I haven't read this one, but I'm about to read this one. But I read the first one. It was 5 stars. Get it, okay? It's old news that I read like 10 sapphic romance books a month. And because of this, I have read hundreds of books that I would gladly recommend. But today, I wanted to talk about one author that I would recommend one of their books before I even read the book because I just know that it is going to be earth-shatteringly perfect. So far, I've read 3 of this author's books, and I liked them so much that I seeked out how to join the author's email list. I purposely joined an email list. Do you understand the gravity of that? The author I'm speaking of is Ruby Landers. I've read 3 of her books this year: Ribbonwood, Only Hope, and Falls from Grace. I loved all of them. I really don't know if I could pick a favorite. I find the characters' backstories so interesting. The dialogue is so good. And honestly, a lot of her books have a subplot that's kind of mystery / true crime, which I find very unique for the romance genre. It's very rare in the romance genre to go, oh my God, I did not see that coming. But I feel like every single one of her books, I go, oh my God, I did not see that coming. My only warning to you is that Ruby Landers is Australian. And so you will find yourself reading words like rhubarb, not rhubarb, the vegetable, rhubarb, which in her Australian language glossary she adds in, thank you, Ruby. Rhubarb is a middle bar on the front of a car theoretically designed to keep you safe if a 6-foot-tall bunny rabbit, kangaroo, suddenly jumps onto the road in front of you. Ruby Landers just knows how to write a hot character. For example, Laura Bennett, who's the main character in Ribbonwood, she's described as the woman you don't trust your husband with. And I will tell you, that's very accurate. I would not let my wife walk into the same Costco as Laura Bennett. So if you're looking for a bunch of new books, I would literally go to Ruby Landers' website and just order every single book she's written because they're all so good. Side note, you know I love a book when I put this stamp that my wife got me from the Library of Kendall Landreth. That means I'm never gonna get rid of it because I'm gonna reread it for the rest of my life.
What?
You've said these impending layoffs are due to
Okay, why don't you lay off? Like, literally. Next question.
Which White House official
Your
was
mom.
responsible?
Next question. Okay, go.
I have 2 questions.
I have 2 questions. What Party City did you buy that blazer from? And also, shut up.
The economic...
Stop! I literally said, you guys, not to say the word economic. It's gonna make me upset.
It was reported this morning that the president said...
You're ugly? Yeah, I heard that. Next question. Am I almost done? You told me I had to do this for 5 minutes and then I get a fun drink from Starbucks.
Follow-up question.
No.
Caroline.
No.
I-
No. Like, you're so annoying.
I wanted to ask about the president's plan.
Can I ask a question? Like, that's what you guys sound like.
Does the president have a plan to continue to drill?
So actually, I just spoke with President Trump this morning, and he had to say this about drilling. Next question.